To win in life, you must be consumed by a zeal. You see, what religion uses to manipulate people and to deceive people, is mysticism. Ignorant people use religion as a mysticism, as something that is mystic, as a mystery. So they tell you it's a mystery, and they tell you that you cannot understand. So you have to do mysterious stuff that don't make sense, and then that's how you will get your miracle. They tell you that it's some mysterious power that makes you to be successful in life. You need to pray like this. Somebody needs to pray for you, lay hands on you, put some words of prophetic words on you, breakthrough something, and all, just make you take your money and, just like witchcraft, really, just like occultism. The occultic do the same thing. You go to them, you go and do some sacrifices, normally with money, and then you tell them your wishes. So the gods and the idols, they fulfill your wishes. The same attitude we are having towards God. We don't even believe that God has already blessed us. And we don't even act as if, God is a God of light. But in real sense, God is a God of light. God says that everything that has been revealed is for us and for our children and grandchildren, our great children's children. So God is not a God that is interested in holding us up in darkness. God is not a God that is interested in holding us up in ignorance. God is a God of light. But what religious does, they make everything look mystic. As if you can never really know. Oh, nobody knows the ways of the Lord. Oh, the ways of the Lord, nobody knows. Oh, nobody. But what I'm saying is that no, God has given us predictable principles. God has given us rules, laws. If you abide by those principles, you can live on the earth without even doing all those mystic and mysterious stuff that they are telling you to do in churches. Open your eyes. You don't need all those gymnastics in the church to be successful on the earth. That's why the people who run our world, they don't go to church. They mainly do not go to church. The people who run our world and the people who are most successful in this world, they are not even believers. So why are they still successful? That's a proof to you that God has already put everything that is needed in nature for everyone to succeed. Either they believe in God or they don't believe in God. God has already said that the heaven and the heavens of heavens He gave to the Lord. But the earth He gave to the sons of men. So He had given us authority upon the earth to manage the earth for Him. He's not going to change His mind. He's not lying. So if He has given, and He didn't say, I only give authority to Christians who are born again. He said to the sons of man, as long as you're a man, you can rule and reign on the earth. You don't need to pray. He didn't say, okay, you can rule and reign on the earth if you pray. No. He has given you. He has already settled that. He didn't say, okay, you are going to have dominion if you pray to me. No. He had already told you in Genesis 1:26 that have dominion upon the whole earth. And unbelievers, kudos to them. They just go and do it. They don't begin to doubt and, think, oh, can I do it or cannot do it? They just go and do it. That is why for you to be successful on earth, you need more faith in yourself than you need in God. Because the problem is not with God. God has already done everything. And it's easy to have faith in God. But try to have faith in yourself. Because it's easy to say, oh, God will do it. But what about saying, I will do it? And God is not going to do a lot of things that we are telling God to do. Because God is not going to do what He has already told you to do. And you need faith in yourself. You need to believe in yourself before you could believe that you could actually have dominion upon the earth. You need faith in yourself for you to really believe that God has given you the earth to manage. Even though we read all these things in the Bible, we don't really believe them. If we believe them, we'll act on them. Because faith spurs actions. If there are no actions, it means we don't really believe. Well, so who are the people who win in life? For you to win in life, you must be consumed by zeal. Let me tell you, people who win in life are people who have faith in themselves. People who win in life are people who have faith in themselves, but not just in themselves, in their vision. To win in life, you must be consumed by a zeal. You must be consumed by an energy, a passion. But you will never be consumed by any zeal at all if you don't have a goal and a purpose. So people who win in life are people who are addicted. Maybe that's a better word. For you to win in life, you must be addicted by zeal. You must be, but consume is good. You must be consumed by a zeal. You must be addicted by one zeal or the other. So let me ask you, what is the zeal that has possessed you right now? What zeal are you addicted to? I personally, if you want to know, I'm an addicted man. I'm an addicted man. I'm addicted to God. I'm addicted to his purpose. I'm addicted to his wishes, to his will. I'm addicted by the idea of changing my world and influencing my generation. I'm an addicted person. I'm obsessed by zeal. I'm an obsessed person, obsessed by a mission, by a purpose, by a goal. If you don't have a goal, you can never be obsessed by anything. You only be obsessed by yourself. You only be obsessed by your look, your hairstyle, your cosmetics, and it will let you down in a very big way. It will take you up there and smash you on the floor because you had never called to live for ego and to live for yourself in the first place. That you must, for you to really live and win in life, you must live for something that is beyond yourself, that is greater than yourself. So if you are just living just for you to marry, get a good husband and good children, 2, 3 children, and live a good life for yourself, you will never win in life because that is an egocentric life, and that life backfires. Our life was given to us to believe for something greater than ourselves. You must live for something greater than yourself, something greater than you, your husband John, and your children Carla and Thompson. You must live for something greater than yourself. You must live for something greater than yourself, and that's when real life begins. That's when real life begins. So for you to really to win in life for real, you must have a goal that is greater than yourself that you are living for. You must have a vision, a purpose that is greater than yourself that you are living for. And then the zeal to get that purpose accomplished, this zeal to get that goal and target met, is that zeal must consume you. And if you are consumed by a zeal, you never lose. You will win eventually. But I don't see people who are consumed around me. I'm not seeing too many obsessed people. The obsessed people we see around us are people who are obsessed about the wrong things. They are obsessed about sin. They are obsessed about, wrong things in life. But where are the obsessed people from the church? Where are the church members that are really obsessed? Where are the Christians that are obsessed? Where are the believers that are obsessed with some goals and purposes? What are you obsessed with? You cannot tell. You could tell me some stories and say, "Oh, I'm obsessed by that." No, you don't even need to tell me. Your lifestyle will show it. A man that is obsessed, he doesn't need to even open his mouth. He doesn't even need to tell anybody anything, because his obsession is visible to all. His obsession is not just visible to all, but infectious to others. So what are you really obsessed with and by? Are you obsessed really? Well, let me tell you, maybe I could help you here. How do you get obsessed? With a purpose, with a goal, with a direction. How do you live an obsessed life? If you are not living an obsessed life, you are not living at all. Then you are living a paralytic life. So how do you get to live an obsessed life? That's a question that you must ask yourself. Jesus was obsessed concerning zeal. The Bible said that, and his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of your house hath consumed me. This is about Jesus. The zeal about the house of the Lord had consumed him. Jesus was an obsessed person. For you to give your life to be crucified, you needed to be obsessed. Only someone who is thoroughly obsessed could give his life for sacrifice. So the zeal, Jesus had so much zeal. But that zeal had a purpose. There was a purpose in that. The zeal for your house. The zeal of thy kingdom. The zeal of thy house has consumed me. What is your own zeal? Can you identify your own zeal? Until you identify a goal, and that zeal and that goal must be greater than you. It must be bigger than you. You don't just go and, identify and say one little purpose there. Oh, I want to do some little thing. Oh, I want to. It must be something big. And you must be possessed by that goal. That is when you can really live a full life and begin to win big time. So how do you get to live an obsessed life, a zealous life? You must be consumed by a zeal, one zeal or the other. If you are just living your mundane life, going to work and Uncle Sam kind of life, wake up in the morning, go to work, and you are bragging and putting, you are beating yourself in the chest. Oh, I put food on the table, as if you are doing a big deal. You go and ask the lions. They put food on the table bigger than what you can put. Animals even can put food on the table. So that's animalistic. That is nothing big you are doing. But when you begin to put food on the table of other people, live for others, when you begin to think about the goodness of others, of a nation, of a society, when you begin to think about the eternal things, then you are beginning to live for something that is greater than yourself. So how do you get to live for something that is greater than yourself? How do you get to live a zealous life? First of all, for you to live a zealous life, you must have a goal. That is why you need to figure out what you are passionate about. What is it that is coming from inside of you? So for you to live a consumed life, an obsessed life, and to begin to win, because until you are obsessed with something, you don't win. People who win are the people who are already obsessed with some zeal. That zeal is what will catapult you into victory. So the first thing you need to do is to discover your passion, your purpose, and your calling. Next thing you need to do, once you have discovered that your passion, that discovery in itself begins to swell up your zeal and your passion. That discovery by itself begins to bring zeal into you. And you must nurture that zeal. Don't just be indifferent to it. Don't just be complacent about it. Make sure that you value that passion that comes to you. But if you just, disregard it and say, okay, yeah, my calling is this, and you don't groom it and you don't nurture it, it will never become a zeal that you are consumed by. But you must, once you discover that your calling and your direction, you must nurture it until it becomes a zeal that takes over you totally and completely. You must nurture it until you become obsessed by it. And that's by thinking about it. That's by studying about it. That's by building strategies and tactics about what to do and how you can use it to accomplish the goal of the kingdom. That is when you begin to do research, to study more about that direction and about that passion that you have. Then when you begin to, come up with ideas, when you begin to know or study what have other people done through that passion. How did they use their passion to change their world? Then you discover and ask yourself question, what kind of, what do you want to contribute to your world through that passion? What do you want to change in your generation? What do you want to contribute? What do you want to bring to the table? What do you want to be remembered for? So those questions, when you're thinking about them and you are, researching about them, studying about these things, they swell up. They well up the passion in you, and then it becomes an obsession. But you must regularly cultivate that passion. You must regularly touch your passion on a daily basis. You must regularly, nurture your passion. If you don't nurture, if you don't cultivate, if you don't even touch it on a daily basis, it will never develop into a zeal. And it will never become an obsession for you. Because you've just trivialized it. You've just trivialized it. But for it to become your zeal and passion, you must nurture it. You must study about it. Look at the advantages. Look what you could do. Next thing you want to do, apart from thinking about it, meditating about it, doing research and studies about it, next thing you want to do, figure out what you want to contribute to your generation. Figure out what you decide for yourself. I want to leave my mark in this particular area. I want to leave my footprint on the sound of my generation in this area. And let it consume you. Let that passion consume you. Let that desire take you over. Then another thing you want to do, you want to be asking yourself, what platform can you create that will help you to use that gift, that passion, to reach other people? You need a platform to be able to reach other people. So you need to sit down and ask yourself and study different kind of platforms. Maybe it's a blog you want to do. Maybe it's Facebook Live like I'm doing now you want to do. That's a platform. Maybe it's a website you want to open. Maybe it's YouTube channel you want to do. But you must come up with the best platforms that will be able to connect you with the people that you are being sent to and with the people that need what you carry. So that it is the zeal that you have and that obsession that keeps on propelling you and gives you the energy and the enthusiasm to keep on going and pay the price. When you identify your goal and your purpose, that goal and that identification, it brews in you energy. It creates in you some unbelievable energy. That's what we call zeal. So you must be possessed by a zeal. You must be obsessed by a zeal for you to win in life. And then you must begin to push that zeal forward, push forward that idea, that purpose, that goal that you have before you. Like an obsessed man. Have you ever seen the way obsessed people behave? Crazy people, the way they would behave? Addicted people, you see the way they behave? They don't care for anything. They go for it. So if you really want to win in life, if you really want to leave your mark on the sand of history, you need not just to say, okay, I'm doing the ministry, my passion. Oh yes, I have a passion. Once a month I touch it. Oh yes, once a month I try to do. Oh, once a week I try to do. You are supposed to be working on it every day if that is passion. If it is passion, you cannot do without working on it every day. If it is passion, you cannot do without studying about it or without doing something about it, thinking about it. And it is when you do something about it all the time that passion doesn't die. But it rather grows and becomes a zeal and an obsession. So determine for yourself what you want to be remembered for, whose destiny you want to change. To whom do you want to contribute? Who do you want to be remembered by? How many destinies do you want to touch? Once you have done that, like I said, go and create a platform. A platform could also be an NGO. So you might want to look for ways to see which one does better. A church also is supposed to be a platform, actually. A church is only a platform. It could be an NGO. It could be a civil society kind of thing. It could be media. social media, network. But don't just sit down there and do nothing and be saying, oh, I hope God will do this, God will do that. And that's what people are doing, those people who go to church. Oh, I'm waiting that God will help me, God will do this, God will do this. No, take charge of your destiny and begin to do what you need to do to win in life. Begin to do what you need to do to win in life. And when you identify your platform, also the next thing you must think about is, how can that platform reach as many people as possible? You want to think about promotion of that platform. So if you want to be using Facebook Live, for example, you don't just want to see, you don't want just 2 people or 10 people to view your live program. You want to study how to promote yourself, how to reach even more people, as many people as possible. If you want to have an NGO, the same thing. You want to find out how to use NGO to reach as many people as possible. So study marketing, study promotions, and see how you could promote yourself. The more people you reach, the better. Next thing you must pay attention to is that you must be willing to put in the work without immediate rewards. That's what a lot of people don't want to do. A lot of people want to ask you, what is in it for me? But if you are talking about passion, if you are talking about calling, if you are talking about purpose, you shouldn't be asking yourself, what is in it for me? You have to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all other things shall be added to you. But, first of all, you have to commit your heart. You have to commit yourself. You have to really prove to yourself and to others that you really want to get this thing done. You really want to achieve this goal. It is only after you are totally sold out to that passion and to that goal, to that purpose. It is only when you have totally committed yourself, when you have used all the necessary resources that you need to use. Only after that, God, after having proved to him that you are absolutely committed, only after that, God will begin to bring blessings and favor to you. But if you are just sitting around and say, oh, Pastor, pray for me, and you have not committed anything, you cannot deceive God. That's like getting something for nothing. God is not going to allow that to happen. You must commit your own money, your own time. You must commit your friends. You must do everything that is your power to make it a success without anybody helping you. That is what convinces God that you believe in what you're doing. And it is that will attract other people and to say, okay, they now want to support you. And only after that, it could become money, and all other things will be added to you, like it says. So you must be willing to work for your vision and for your passion without any immediate rewards. You must be willing to work without any immediate rewards. Next thing that you need to do, you need to make sure that you speak up on any issue that is related to your calling. A lot of people, silence of the righteous is killing the world. When the righteous is silence about issues of life and issues that could change the world and make the world a better place, when everybody is silent, evil just spreads. The reason for the victory and for the triumph of evil is that the good men do nothing and they say nothing. So your platform that God has given you must be a place for you to speak up and to talk out about God's values, about the kingdom values, and the truth that you know about that. Because you are doing that not just for you to be busy, but you want to change some value systems that are wrong into God's value systems. The reason why you need a zeal and a passion and an obsession is for you to be able to change this world, the system of this world, from the way it is to line up with the system of the world, of the kingdom of God. You want to bring the principles of the kingdom to supersede and to rule over the principles of this world. That's why your platform is a place for you to speak out. Your platform is an opportunity and for you to be able to, stand on it and proclaim the values of the kingdom of God. So don't you ever, like a lot of things are going wrong in the society and you cannot speak Because people are saying, oh, you don't talk, oh, you don't, somebody will attack you. But if you have a goal and a passion, your passion and goal should be more important than your what you are thinking about your reputation. You should care more about the goal that you want to achieve than the reputation that goes with it. So if you are more concerned about your reputation, then you will never do what is right. Then you will never believe what is right, you will never do what is right, and you will never speak out what is right. But the goal to change the world, the goal to be committed to the value systems, the goal to be committed to the principles of the kingdom of God must obsess you, must consume you. You must be more committed to the kingdom principles than you are committed to your own egocentric interest. You must be more committed to advancing his kingdom than you are committed to your reputation. His kingdom must be over and above your own individual interest. And that's why you must use every platform that God has given unto you and the zeal that you have to promote his kingdom, to advance his kingdom and to establish his righteousness and his principles. So your platform is an opportunity for you to speak out for God, to bring God's opinion and God's values to every corner of the earth. That is how you live a significant life. That is how you live a relevant life. That is how you contribute to your world. That is how you change the world. And that is how you win in life. You win when you are winning for others, when you are living for purpose. You win when you are advancing a cause that is greater than you, when you are advancing a cause that is more significant than your own selfish interest. Next thing you want to do, you want to develop some, not brochures, but you want to develop some documents that will explain your vision. You want to develop your, some memorandum or some corporate principles or some value systems that will tell your people who will come behind you that this is what you are living for. And anybody that will succeed you and take over, they will be able to have some constitution where your goals are well stipulated, and where your purpose and why you are doing all that is already there. And so you have some documents. You must have. So don't just be doing something without writing anything down. Write down what you are after, why you are after it, your principles, your belief systems, so that the next generation will be able to, you'll be able to promote it. And you could also use it as a packaging. You could use it to do promotion as well. You could also, it's easier when you have something written down to give to other people and let other people see what you are doing. It could be a form of promotion and marketing for you as well. Okay. Next thing you want to do, you want to have something like an information table. But you are talking about information table just when you are there physically. But it must be an information table for the whole world, It used to be that you have to be somewhere physically to get the information table and see what is there. But you must have a form of information table that informs the whole world. That's why social media is doing. That's what social media is doing. And that is what blogs are doing. So you must have your own information platform where you are updating people about what is happening with your vision, with your passion, and where other people could have opportunity to come and join you and share in that vision and in that dream as well. Next thing you want to do, you want to practice activism. You want to do some outreaches once in a while. Maybe every 1 month you want to do some events. Maybe every 3 months you want to do an event. Or every other month, or every week. Do something to let the world know that you are here, that you are living for something. You need to send out information about what you are doing to the world. So you decide how frequently you are going to do that. Maybe a conference, maybe an outreach, maybe an event, maybe a seminar, maybe a masterclass, anything. You want to think of different ways to always let the world know what you are doing, and to attract other people as well, people who might want to do, something for God. So your zeal must be, contributing to the world at large, and must be contributing to people around you. That's how you win. That's how you win. Another thing you could do is to, there is something they call TED Talk. You could organize your own TED Talk, your own sponsor a speaker or invite a speaker to come and speak to you, not just to you, but to your community and to your organization. You could invite speakers, interview them, let the whole world know. So by through speakers, other people, you share what you are doing, share your burden, and let other people, join. Now, whenever you live for a passion or for a zeal or for any goal whatsoever, you will soon discover something not very nice, but something that is unavoidable. You will discover that there will be the voices of dissent. People who will be doubting your vision, who will doubt your motive, who will doubt your character, who will doubt your reputation, maybe people who are even closest to you, who have started with you, then they begin to bring division, they begin to bring suspicion, so you cannot even avoid that one. There is no way you can avoid it. If you are doing anything of significance, there will always be the dissentful voices. Those voices that are coming to, first of all, they will say they come to help you, and then they will become your biggest enemies and your biggest attackers and your biggest critics. So expect that and take that on the stride, with a stride. Take that with, just like normal. There is no way you will live a godly life without being persecuted. There is no way you will live, your life without having some voices of discontentment. People will be, people have their own expectations of you, of what you should do. And when you don't do things the way they are expecting it, then they begin to go after you and attack you. So just expect that things like this will happen. And so you don't need to be angry against people. You don't need to hate people. Just love them. And also, God will not make you to be perfect. Sometimes they see some things, really, for sure. They might see some things that are wrong that you did, but it's not their own business to judge you for it. But because God allowed you to be imperfect so that they could also know that they, being imperfect also, could be used by God. That's why God makes leaders to be imperfect. So that people who follow them will see that, oh wow, despite the fact that this man is imperfect, God still uses him. Then it means he can use me too, even though I'm not perfect. But if he sees that and begins to use it against you, that's his own problem. That's his own problem. He's sowing what he's going to reap. Somebody is going to do that against him too. So don't be discouraged because some people come against you. Don't be discouraged because of voice of discontent. The voice of dissent, discontent voices. Don't be discouraged. Don't stop doing what you need to do. Don't give up. Keep on pushing forward. Keep on doing what you need to do. Now, for you to really be effective and to have lasting impact, make sure that you work with people and sow into people. And the people you sow into and you invest into, form a team from them. Always have a team of followers. Form a team of people. So those people that you have invested in, those people that you have helped, form a team. So, and from that team, you could form your own succession plan. Succession plan. You could have your successors. You could begin to have your disciples. You could begin to raise up people that will continue the way in what you have started to do. Just like we're on this platform now, a lot of other people have started, opening their own platform. A lot of people have started doing their own programs, their own live broadcast. And that's because, they saw the example. So raise up other people that will be able to continue your work. Don't just be the lone hero. Don't just be the only one that is the big guy. Make sure that you invest in others and you encourage them to be able to do what you are doing in their own way, in their own calling. Give them the support they need. And that is your success, because a success without a successor is really not a success. You are only successful when you have successors. So it's a good thing to raise up people who will do the same thing you are doing. And they will normally come from people that you have influenced, people that you have influenced. So organize people, learn to organize this kind of people, learn to do trainings for them, learn to do some leadership ideas, give them consultations, give them advice, give them encouragement that they can do it. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. A lot of people don't have self-esteem. A lot of people don't believe they can do great or they could be great. So, sow faith in people. Let people begin to believe that they also can do it. And let them know if you could do it, they can do it too. And that way, you're having your successors following you. People who will continue or who will duplicate what you have done. Another thing you could do, especially if your organization is getting big, is that you might want to have meetings, regular meetings. So you have to schedule meetings when you are, brainstorming, maybe once a month, maybe once in 2 months, or once in 2 weeks. You want to tell them about what is happening, what you are doing, and and encourage them and let them share the new ideas. Don't ever depend on yourself. Don't ever think that you are the only one who has all the ideas. Get the ideas from the people who are following you, who you are ministering to, who you are touching, and let them also come out and contribute some things to what you are doing, in ideas. And then you contribute to them for them to know that they can do it and it's going to work out for them. And iron sharpeneth iron. So that's why you need some of those meetings sometimes. Then if you are getting really big, then you want to create departments or subcommittees or departments. So that way you're already raising up leaders. So you are saying you are going to be in charge of this, you are going to be in charge of this, you are going to be in charge of this, you are going to be in charge of that. And that way you are already having a team of leaders. So all those people are going to be heading one department or the other, or one sector of whatever you are doing or the other. Maybe public relations, somebody will be in contact with other people. Another one might be in outreaches, technical outreaches, Facebook or other social media. Another person might be in charge of logistics. Another one might be in charge of finances. So just depend on what you are having. Create a system that will make other people to be able to feel that they are welcomed and that they are part of whatever is going on. So let them be in charge of some departments. Another thing you want to do is that you want to come back to all of them and let them always see your progress report. Always let your people see your progress report. Let them see whatever the fruits from whatever they're doing. They must know that God is blessing you, God is blessing them, and that their efforts are not in vain. So they must see the benefits and let them hear testimonies and stories of how whatever they have done, their input is improving the world. And another thing you must normally do, especially in meeting with your leaders, is to always cast vision into the future. Always cast vision into the future. Always do plans for the future and tell them new dreams. So it is your zeal that is going to sustain you to be able to do all these things. Don't walk yourself to the ground. Don't be the only one that is doing everything. Let people, in fact, you have to walk yourself out of relevance. That you don't even need to be doing anything. Let people do many things. You are only doing the most important thing. You're only doing the most important thing, and that way people will value you. They know that you are not competing with them, but you are actually giving them territory. You are giving them opportunities to grow and to expand.